Your parents definitely have a fridge sitting in their garage that's like 30 years old, maybe 40. It hums, it's heavy, it looks like a tank, and it still keeps things ice cold every single day without a single repair. Now look at this. $2,000, touchscreen display, Wi-Fi, a camera inside so you can stare at your groceries from the store. In 4 years, the electronic control board will fry. Replacing it will run you close to $1,000, half the cost of a brand new fridge, and you're stuck with a choice that shouldn't even exist. Pay $1,000 to fix it, or throw in a little more and buy a new one. Guess what you're gonna do? An appliance that runs 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, it should not break down after 4 years, and it never used to. We figured out how to land rockets back on Earth, but somehow forgot how to build appliances that last longer than a hamster. So what changed? Every year, humanity produces over 50 million tons of e-waste, 5,000 Eiffel Towers every single year. Mountains of phones, laptops, TVs, washing machines, fridges. Most of them could still work, but every single one of these things had its expiration date baked in at the design stage. They tell us technology got more complex, so things don't last as long. That's a brilliant lie. Your device's expiration date was set by an engineer long before you swiped your credit card at the register. But who even decided that your stuff is supposed to die on schedule? This brilliant corporate con has a name: Planned Obsolescence. Later in this video, you'll learn which century-old decision still determines how long your stuff will last, why one tiny $10 part can turn your washing machine into garbage, how software kills devices even when not a single physical part has failed, and most importantly, why corporations keep lying to your face that there's simply no other way. To understand how this works in practice, let's start with a simple story. Meet Mike. He's in his early 30s, works full-time, rents an apartment, makes payments on his car. Regular guy. 3 years ago, Mike bought a washing machine, $1,000 on a payment plan. He read the reviews, picked a reliable brand, felt good about the purchase. 3 years. Not a single problem. Then one morning, the machine starts screaming during the spin cycle. A wild, grinding howl that shakes the bathroom floor. Mike calls a repair tech. The tech opens up the machine, looks inside, and delivers the verdict: bearing. A small metal ring that costs $10. On older machines, this is a 30-minute fix. Unbolt it, pull out the tub, swap the part, put it back together. But Mike's machine has no bolts. The plastic tub is sealed shut at the factory, permanently, on purpose. It's called a welded tub, and it means that to replace a $10 part, Mike needs to buy the entire drum assembly. $600 for the part, another $200 for labor. That's $800 total. Let that sink in. You paid $1,000. 3 years, 0 issues. Then a $10 bearing dies, and now they tell you, pay another $800 or throw it away. There is no third option. The manufacturer made sure of that. Mike stands over his open washing machine and doesn't know what to say. The tech is quiet too. He's got nothing to add. He delivers the same verdict every week. Mike drags his 3-year-old washing machine out to the curb, drives to the store, and buys a new one, same brand. Because every manufacturer does this now. The system worked exactly as designed. This isn't a fluke, it's not cost-cutting, and it's not one greedy manufacturer. This is a system that's over 100 years old. And to understand how it works, we need to go back to where it all started. Geneva, Switzerland, December 23rd, 1924. Behind closed doors in an office in downtown Geneva, representatives of the world's biggest light bulb manufacturers are gathering. Osram from Germany, Philips from the Netherlands, Compagnie des Lampes from France, Tokyo Electric from Japan, and Associated Electrical Industries from the UK, which is backed by none other than General Electric, the American giant pulling the strings from behind the curtain. On paper, bitter rivals fighting over every customer. But in this room, they're acting like a mafia carving up the world. They sit down at the same table and sign a document that will rewrite the rules of the game for the next 100 years. They have a problem. Their engineers are too good. The average light bulb in 1924 lasts 2,500 hours. Some models, up to 3,000. People buy a bulb and forget the store exists for years. Revenue is dropping. Warehouses are packed. And here's what they decide. From this point forward, no light bulb produced by any member of the agreement will last longer than 1,000 hours. 2,500 hours slashed to 1,000, cut by more than half. A mandatory requirement for every member of the agreement. Every company is required to regularly send samples of their bulbs to a central lab in Switzerland for testing. If a bulb lasts longer than it's supposed to, the company pays a fine. Engineers whose bulbs turned out too durable were forced to redesign them, not to improve, to make them worse. They called it a standardization agreement. Later, the world would give it a far more honest name: the Phoebus Cartel. The first documented corporate conspiracy in history with a single goal: make a working product worse so you buy it more often. And this is not a conspiracy theory. German historian Markus Krajewski studied the cartel's original documents, meeting minutes, fine schedules, lab test results, and published his work, The Great Light Bulb Conspiracy. His conclusion is blunt: The Phoebus Cartel was one of the first documented systems in history where corporations coordinated to deliberately destroy the quality of their own products to boost sales. Deliberately, by design, with charts and fines for doing too good a job. The Phoebus Cartel officially dissolved in the 1940s, but the idea it spawned never died. It's still alive today. And if back in 1924 it took a closed room and signatures on paper, today corporations don't need any cartel. They have a tool far more powerful than a fragile filament. They have software. Here are 3 examples from 3 different industries, but trust me, you could find hundreds. An HP printer. You bought it, popped in the cartridge, started printing. Everything works. Then an error pops up on the screen. The cartridge is full, the paper's loaded, but the printer refuses to print because you installed a third-party cartridge, or an original one, but from a different region. Or everything is completely fine, but HP pushed a firmware update that blocked cartridges without a proprietary chip. In 2023, they did it openly by rolling out a dynamic security update. The printer works. The cartridge is full. But someone at HP headquarters decided you'll buy supplies only from them, or you won't print at all, an iPhone. In 2017, a Reddit user named TechFire published performance benchmarks. After an iOS update, the iPhone 6s slowed down dramatically. Journalists picked up the story, investigations kicked off, and Apple came clean. Yes, through system updates, the company was intentionally throttling processors in older models. Apple said it was to protect the battery, but the result was the same. The phone lagged so badly that a new one felt like the only way out. You didn't drop it. You didn't dunk it in water. You just tapped update. The company paid $113 million to settle with 33 states and another $500 million in a class action lawsuit from users. But for a company with $1 trillion market cap, that's not even an expense. It's more like a tip at a coffee shop. Now picture a farmer in Nebraska, 3rd generation on this land. Been fixing equipment since he was 15. 2 years ago, he went into debt and bought a John Deere tractor for over $400,000. And right in the middle of wheat harvest, when every hour counts, an error code pops up on the dash. A pressure sensor is acting up. A minor thing he could fix himself in 20 minutes, but the onboard computer locks the engine. The engine is fine, the transmission is fine, everything works. But the tractor sits there like a brick, because only an authorized John Deere dealer can clear the error code. The nearest dealer is 120 miles away. The wait is 3 days. For a regular person, 3 days is an inconvenience. For a farmer in the middle of harvest, it's a catastrophe. The wheat is shedding, clouds are rolling in, and every hour of downtime is thousands of dollars in losses. And he's standing next to a tractor he's still making payments on, realizing he doesn't own this machine. He bought brand new equipment, but what he actually has sitting in the middle of his field is just a very expensive pumpkin on wheels, because the software inside belongs to the corporation. A printer, a phone, a tractor, different products, different price tags, different industries. But they all share one thing. Corporations no longer sell you a finished product. They sell you dependence, a thing that without their permission, without their cartridge, without their update, without their dealer turns into a dead chunk of plastic and metal. You pay like an owner, but you're really a renter whose keys can be taken away at any moment. Corporations will tell you there's a perfectly good reason for all of this, and at first glance, their arguments sound convincing. Slim design, water resistance, battery safety, sounds reasonable. But let's go back to Mike. Remember him? A regular guy. One of millions. Over the past 10 years, he's bought 3 washing machines because each one croaked after 3 years. He replaced 2 phones because updates turned them into bricks. And he bought a printer that one day refused to print with his own ink, thousands of dollars. And not once did it occur to him that this is a system. To Mike, it's just a bad luck. He thinks that's just how life works, but that's not how life works. That's how business works. Specific people at specific companies make deliberate decisions to make sure your stuff doesn't last too long. But there's good news too. You don't have to play by their rules. Here's what you can do right now. First, before buying any device, look it up on iFixit or similar sites. They tear devices apart and rate how repairable they actually are. Second, look into whether the manufacturer sells replacement parts and provides decent repair guides. Third, avoid products where independent repair is blocked by software, chips, or proprietary supplies. 2 minutes of research before you buy can save you hundreds of dollars a couple years down the road. If a company hides spare parts and blocks independent repair, that's not just an inconvenience. That's a signal your product was designed with an expiration date. Vote with your wallet. There are companies that build their entire business around making products you can take apart, fix, and put back together. They exist. There are more of them every day. Every purchase from a company like that is a vote for your freedom to actually own what you paid for, the freedom to fix, the freedom to choose, the freedom to not throw away a perfectly working thing just because someone decided it's time for you to pay again. On this channel, I break down the stuff corporations would rather keep behind closed doors, how the schemes they profit from actually work, how they affect your life, and what you can do about it. Subscribe if you want to buy things as an owner, not as a renter who can get locked out at any moment. If this video was useful, hit that like button. See you next time.
Make the shiny thing yours. We've hidden the keys to the digital doors. A chip in the dark, the twist of the knife. You're chained to the store for the rest of your life. You didn't really think you owned it, did you?